Hi friends, Sam here with Happily Hook. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a little tip and trick in your crocheting. So I'm going to show you guys how to do an invisible decrease. I've used this before in previous patterns when we did our ghost crochet along last fall. I showed you guys how to do this, but I wanted to make a video specifically about doing an invisible decrease in your crochet. It's fantastic for amigurumi. It's really actually great for bottom up hats. So if you start with your band and you go to the top, you want to make it obviously get smaller at the top, but you don't want all those big holes in your crochet. So I'm going to show you guys how to do an invisible decrease. I'm really excited about this. And if there's any other questions or things that you guys want to know how to do, make sure you leave those in the comments below and I'll add them to my list and I'll get them ready. I actually have a notebook that I put all of your guys' requests on. So yeah, I'm going to grab my hook and my yarn and let's get started. Hi friends, real quick, if you guys want to join the coolest crochet community on the internet and join over 20,000 members that love yarn just as much as you do, click the link in the description below and I cannot wait to see you in our community. Alright, so like I said, today I'm going to show you guys how to do an invisible decrease. So I've already got this little circle done. It's got 32 stitches around. So what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet in the first 4 stitches, just like normal. So nothing changes on these stitches. And then to do an invisible decrease, we're going to, you see where the V is on these stitches. So we've got the front bar and the back bar. And we're going to go into the back bar and pull up a loop. And then we're going to go into the bar next to it and pull up a loop. And then yarn over and pull through all of them. And then we'll single crochet in the next 4, and then we're going to decrease again. So we're going to go into the back bar and pull up a loop, and into the next stitch's back bar and pull up a loop. So there's 2 stitches on my hook. So we have our regular loop and then the 2 stitches we're pulling together. And then single crochet 4, we have our loop on our hook, and we go in the back bar on that one and in the back bar on the one next to it and yarn over and pull through, and then single crochet 4, and then invisible decrease. And the reason that we do it in the back stitches and those back bars of the stitches is because it prevents there from being holes. So I'll show you when we put this back together. So now when you look around the top, there's not a big hole where those stitches are. So we flip it inside out and it just matches up. It just looks normal where those are. Now if we took our hook, and this isn't following a pattern or anything, so just ignore the amount of stitches that I'm doing. But if we wanted to single crochet these 2 together and we went through both sides, it'll pull up these big holes, and then you'll be able to see your stuffing through them. So we've got these holes right here on both sides of the stitch that you can see, and then down here on the bottom as well, that you can see your stuffing through. So when you invisible decrease and you're only going through part of the stitch, number 1, it's less bulk in the stitch itself, and number 2, when you keep going, it does a good job at masking itself into the stitch. so that way you can't see the big holes. So like back over here, you can see my fingers and see the big holes on both the top and the bottom of the stitches. And over here, it's not as prominent. So that is how I do an invisible decrease. I hope this helps. This is a little bit different of a tutorial. I'm gonna have another one soon that'll show you how to keep your joins straight. But I love using invisible decreases for all different types of amigurumi. I use it for beanies. I use it for sweaters, even working in back and forth rows. You can do it that way too. So if we did, let's see, I'll just cut this and we'll start another foundation here. So if we take our yarn, and we did this when we were making our triangle, so if we make our little foundation row, and I'm going to do some half double crochets in here, because you can do this with any type of stitch. It doesn't have to be a single crochet. It can be with a half double crochet, double, treble, it doesn't matter. You can even decrease with puff stitches. But if I wanted to take my little row and make it smaller, I would just go into the back loop and the back loop and crochet those together. So 2, 3, 4, and then so this, since it's half double crochets, I would yarn over, insert into the back stitch and pull up a loop, and in the back stitch and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through. And then insert into the back stitch in the back of the stitch, yarn over and pull through. And then you just keep, depending on what the pattern calls for, you can just keep decreasing wherever it tells you to. So it's just joining stitches together, but instead of going through the front of the stitches, you're going through the back loop of it to still give it some structure on the front of the stitch. So yeah, so that's how I invisible decrease. There's a couple different ways to do it. That's just the way that I prefer. I think it looks nice. I think it looks clean. But yeah, if you have any questions, just make sure you leave those in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!